You know, I was just coming to a realization about something, which is that as I've been helping people and coaching people, I've had clients who were bullied because they were Chinese, clients who were bullied because they were either gay or lesbian or transgender, clients who were bullied because they were Israeli, clients who were bullied because they were black. And now my name is being bullied. But I've helped all of those clients find their power. Oh, an American Indian. And I can't tell you how thankful I am that my clients are finding their power, and then that negative energy that comes from someone else, they're now immune to it and they're able to thrive. And I didn't realize it until I was talking to someone who runs a group about Karens and about how many people who have the name that I have, which is Karen, are experiencing the same feelings that those groups that I just mentioned have experienced for a long time. And I'm so thankful that all of us who want it can be empowered and can be able to elicit the very best from everyone. My third book is called Chronic Pleasure in Relationships, and the subtitle is Inspire the Best in Men, but the principles of that book can help with any relationship. And it can help with the relationship between a Jewish person and the anti-Semites, a Karen and the anti-Karens, a black person and the prejudiced people, a lesbian or a gay person and the people who are afraid of that orientation or are prejudiced against it. I didn't mean to write about that, but prejudice is something that's been something really important to me since I was a little girl. I remember once my mom took me to the store and she said I could buy one doll. And the doll I picked, I loved her immediately. And she had brown eyes and her eyes would, close and open. And I thought that was so beautiful. And she had black hair. And she was a baby size. And she had black skin. And her name was Sasha. And I loved that girl. And I remember another time, all the friends that I had wanted to play with Barbies. But they didn't feel like I felt about Sasha. It's so funny. But another time I had asked my mom, I said, what is the Holocaust? And I was maybe first grade, something like that, where we were talking about it in school. And she said, it was a time where people were so prejudiced against other people that they were killing them. And she said, being prejudiced is always bad. And I said, really? I said, what is being prejudiced? And she said, it's judging someone in a negative way or being afraid of them because of something, like their race or their color or whatever. I don't remember the whole conversation. I was pretty young. But I just remember getting this. And then what's so interesting is my mom is Greek. And Greeks, at least in her family, she was raised to be prejudiced against the Turks. I guess there's been a lot of, overrunning of the Greek Empire by the Ottoman Turkish Empire. And so when I was in third grade, I had a friend, and her name was Naylan. And Naylan was Turkish. And I had not grown up. We just made fun of my mom if she was being had a moment of something about being afraid of a Turkish person. But my mom had been practicing not being prejudiced for a long time. And when I brought Naylan over, my mom said, "Oh, you have such an unusual name. What is it?" And Elon's this beautiful, sweet, perfect little girl. And she said, "Oh, I'm Turkish." And I remember watching my mom. And there was this moment where I could see the old programming come right up. And this like, oh no. And then I saw her just relax and say, "Hi, Nalon. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome." And I'm so thankful that I was brought up to recognize the goodness of people. And I'm so thankful that I can help people who have been marginalized in any way find their power so that they can elicit the goodness from everyone. If this is something you're wanting to do, my third book called Chronic Pleasure in Relationships, it's not specifically for this. This is kind of something I'm just realizing now. But it can give you the principles so that you can be empowered and not have that negative energy impinging on you in any way. So if you're black, if you're anti-Semite or Israeli or Jewish, if you're gay or lesbian or trans, if you're American Indian, if you're Chinese, if you're Latin, I'm glad you're you. And I would love to just I'll share the link. Any of you who want it, just say yes. And I'll just put the link to my book right there and you can access it. And I love you. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to know that it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of you, that you can have the power that you want, that you can be free in a world, even if the world thinks something negative about you. I'll teach you how to do that in that book. I love you. Put yes at the end if you want to link to it.